Enterprise AI investment is growing nearly 25% every year and is expected to cross $300 billion in the next few years. There are over 2,000 AI players out there now, with more launching every month. So enterprises are left with too many options, hardly delivering any value. They run 10, 15, even 20 pilots at once. But most of those pilots never go anywhere. And CXOs are left asking, where's the value? How do we actually make this work? The time for endless pilots is over. What you need is a fundamentally new operating model for enterprise AI. That's where Ozonetel AI Command Central, an enterprise AI transformation platform, comes in. It's a centralized agentic AI intelligence layer that connects your existing systems, enterprise data, and customer experience signals directly to amplified business impact. Think one platform for every function, leading to measurable outcomes such as 15% revenue growth, 25% churn reduction, 40% higher CSAT, and the impact extends far beyond these numbers. So what makes Command Central different? It's built on 4 foundational pillars designed for enterprise-scale transformation. First is embedded operational intelligence, AI that lives inside your workflows, not bolted on top. It shows up in the tools your teams already use, so adoption doesn't require training. It just happens. Second is institutional intelligence, AI that learns how your business runs, from real decisions, real conversations, real outcomes, turning tribal knowledge into institutional memory, so your advantage doesn't walk out the door, it compounds. Third, sovereign architecture, built for enterprise-grade control and flexibility. Your data stays yours, no vendor lock-in, no dependence on a single model, because enterprise AI should work for you, not trap you. And finally, guaranteed outcomes, because none of this matters if it doesn't move the needle. With Ozonetel AI Command Central, you go from deployment to measurable impact in just 90 days. Ozonetel AI Command Central is already powering high-impact enterprise AI use cases across industries, and many more are still to come. Now, let's deep dive into 2 interesting use cases. First is retention and win-back. A leading DTH brand was struggling majorly with churn, so we analyzed over 9,000 customer conversations. Here's what we found. They could actually predict churn by the second call. Just 15% of customers were driving the churn risk. And it wasn't about pricing, but experience failure, recharge issues, billing problems, poor first call resolution, technical frustrations. So Command Central stepped in with a 2-part solution. First, near real-time churn prediction. Previously, it took 60 days to predict if someone was going to churn. By then, it was too late. Now, the moment the call ends, they know. That buys them the time to offer something hyper-personalized before the customer has already mentally checked out. Part 2 is AI-driven retention playbooks. Agents don't just get a churn alert, they get the next best action. Real-time. Personalized for each customer. Let's walk through an example. Meet Priya Menon, one of their customers. Command Central pulls up her profile, viewing preferences, language, favorite genres, and the sports she watches. Then it creates tailored channel packs just for her. Each one comes with a fitment score that tells the agent exactly why it works for Priya. The result? 25% reduction in churn, 23.8 times ROI. Now let's talk about our second use case, voice of customer intelligence for a leading NBFC. This demonstrates how to win back the revenue you were leaving on the table. We analyzed 4,500 conversations across cross-sell and enterprise lending, and what we found was alarming. 64% negative sentiment. We found that customers weren't converting because of perceived higher interest rates, and that perception was costing them big, 7 crores in lost opportunity. So they deployed AI Command Central natively into their voice of customer and QA portal. Now, admins and business teams could query the data themselves. They could ask, why are customers dropping off? What objections are coming up most? Where is sentiment shifting? And get answers instantly. Here's what happened next. They started unlocking lost revenue across all product lines. They got real-time visibility into buying behavior, churn risk, and even competitive SWOT insights. And they didn't just get data. They got recommendations, actionable steps to close the gaps. The impact? 5% increase in lending. Positive sentiment shot up to over 50%. That's a complete turnaround. The days of endless pilots are over. This is the new era of enterprise AI. Come experience Ozonetel AI Command Central, where enterprise intelligence turns into exponential growth.